Hi, welcome to Living Healthy with Amy Turner. Today I have a special guest, Tana Carrigan. She's one of my friends, and we met several years ago. I had already been seeing a Footzonologist, and she had a baby, so she stopped doing that profession. And so one of my friends had recommended me to Tana, and so I've been having a wonderful time with her. She's an amazing Footzonologist. She's also a natural health and beauty enthusiast and a permanent makeup specialist and fine line tattoo artist. So I just wanted Tana to start by sharing her story of how she discovered Footzoning.
Okay. I was in my early 20s. I was about 19, 20. Mm-hmm. I was married and I was trying to have a baby. Mm-hmm. And I kept having miscarriages and the doctors couldn't tell me why. And, you know, of course, as a woman, you get frustrated with that and all those emotions that come with it. And the doctors couldn't tell me why. They couldn't tell me why I kept losing them. They couldn't pinpoint, my chronic fatigue. They couldn't really tell me why I wasn't feeling like I was 20, right? Like, yeah. I felt like I was 80.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm. So tons of inflammation, tons of chronic fatigue, mood swings, irregular periods, all of those things. They wanted to put me on birth control. That didn't help. Mm-hmm. It just made the inflammation worse. And I went to a specialist, and he actually diagnosed me with lupus. If anybody knows anything about lupus, there's a lot of kind of scary meds that they want to put you on that you shouldn't be having children on when you're on those meds. So I wasn't comfortable with that. And my mom, she's a hairstylist, cosmetologist.
Okay.
She actually had a client that had a Footzoner, and she referred me to her. Her name's Kara, Kara Lee Scola, if anybody knows her. She's amazing. And she actually taught me. She was my instructor, but
does she live here in Market then?
Nope, she's in Ogden. She's in South Ogden.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. I didn't know her, so I just didn't know.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Okay. No, you're good.
But anyway, so I took a shot on that. I said no to all the meds.
Okay.
And it just didn't feel right. So I went and saw her, and she actually started unwinding all of my health issues. Okay. It started with diet, and then she just kept rebalancing my feet. Mm-hmm. And then I found another holistic doctor, went to her, and she helped me detox. I actually had a bunch of parasites.
Wow.
I know, it's gross. Nobody wants to talk about them, but that has saved my life.
Wow.
So, there's a bunch of tools out there. You just gotta do your research and you gotta figure out what is best for you. So, yeah. Trust yourself, trust your gut, and go with it. And I have 2 kids now.
Wonderful.
Full pregnancy is healthy. I'm 5'1" and my kids are bigger than me at this point, and they're 10 and 8. So, yeah. But it was a long journey, but it has continued to help me and my kids through sickness and just life in general. And after I had my first baby, I hated, and I know that's a strong word, but I hated how pharmaceutical companies and the vaccines and how the doctors went about treating my kids.
Okay.
That I hated going in for an earache or, and all they want to do is throw antibiotics at them.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, oh, well, the milk isn't getting along with their tummy, so maybe just switch up their milk or things like that, things you can control.
Right.
And so I decided to learn how to do it so I could take care of my kids. And then it kind of developed into helping other people heal, because they would kind of run into the same issue of you go to the doctor and the doctor doesn't really know what's going on, can't give you a definite answer, and they just want to throw, try this, try that, and then nothing ever gets solved.
Yeah.
and I'm not coming at doctors or like
Yeah.
shaming them or anything like that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of like to start with the basics first. And then
Yeah.
if I can't figure it out through diet or, supplements or things like that, or through the foot zoning, then I'll go see the doctor and I'll have labs done and go from there. But
Right.
that's kind of what sparked my interest, was my own health issues and then my kids.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm at. That's my journey. And then I just continue to help other people, and we do a lot of energy work and energy clearing, and we just kind of try to balance the body as a whole. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I don't know if people know what foot zoning is, but
Yeah, if you could explain that, that would be wonderful.
perfect. So basically it's like a foot massage
Mm-hmm.
to the client. But with me, there's actually like certain pressure points and meridians, and there's like a blueprint, a map that's on the feet.
Mm-hmm.
And by following that map, I'm able to see like what's going on inside the body.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's like you're not detoxing well, your lymph system's off, you have suppressed emotions, liver issues, kidney issues, like things like that. And normally they're not chronic. Like it's just like, oh, you just need to like, add a supplement or a tea or,
Mm-hmm.
stop eating so much sugar. Like, I mean, basic things.
Right.
Or just add more water to your diet.
Yeah.
But that's something you can control. And I like giving that control back to people,
Right.
when they're like, I don't know what to do and the doctor doesn't know, or, I'm just lost. There's so many options out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been reading so many different things on the internet. Like it gives you kind of a basis
Right.
to go with. And just know, like, as that foot zone is going on, that zoner is tapping into the cells, those deep cells in the body, and telling them to turn over. So
Okay.
therefore it's creating its own healing. Your body's healing itself. I'm not doing anything. I'm just the tool, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just helping remind your cells how to do it. And then it creates healing within the body, and it can last anywhere from months to years to a couple days, depending on,
Mm-hmm.
what your lifestyle is like. So,
Yeah.
but at least it gives you that control back, and it gives you a baseline to like
I love that.
start healing. So
Yes. And I love going to you because, what I like about how you do it is when you start, working on my feet and stuff, you just start talking to me and ask how things are going. And I love that because as I talk, it's releasing those negative emotions in me, that I don't want. And then, of course, you're balancing me and helping me realize different parts of my body that maybe isn't quite in balance and things, and you're helping me balance, and I love it. And I always come away feeling so much better, physically and emotionally, and mentally. So it's great.
Yeah.
And I also was going to say I love the natural solutions as well because, I'm like you, where I don't want to. I think doctors and nurses can be wonderful, but I think it's important that we, go to ourselves and ask ourselves what's going on, because I think a lot of times, we can be given that answer from our brain, from what's going on. And I go to the natural solutions first. And then of course, if that doesn't work, but most of the time the natural solutions do, then, I go to the medicines or the doctors if I need, something else. Cause sometimes I do, but
absolutely. Yeah.
yes, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for joining us today. And
Of course.
where can they find you at if someone would like to come to you?
So I have social media.
Okay.
It's just Beauty and Soul by Tana. I also have a website. It's tanamyers.com. I'm using my maiden name because I feel like that's where a lot of my healing energy comes from. So
great.
So they're two different, but you can find me at both places. So
okay.
And both of them have an explanation for all the things that I offer. And yeah, so we just, I can do consultations, or we can just jump right in, whatever the client is comfortable with.
Okay.
And sometimes people get a little nervous because they're like, oh my gosh, what are you going to find? Like, are you going to read me? Like, there's some things they don't want to talk about. Just know, like, your body only heals what it needs to at that time. So it's kind of like a layer system.
Okay.
So whatever, is going on with you, whether it's physically or emotionally, because emotions and physical go hand in hand. Like we've talked about this, where it's like, oh, I'm so angry right now. And it's usually because your liver is backed up or, you know, you have unresolved emotions that you need to work through. But just know, like, nothing, I'm not going to see anything, and most foot zoners won't, unless you want to heal that.
Okay.
So,
That's
like,
important.
as you get talking about yourself and start releasing all of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That little portion of your body that wants to heal, or that part of your soul that wants to heal, that's what you'll heal that day.
Okay, great.
So,
That's
whether
good
it's
to know.
physical or emotional.
Okay, awesome.
So, yeah.
I also wanted to share that my son Logan, really struggled 3 years ago with his health, and he saw a Footzonologist, and she said, all you have to do is take magnesium and potassium and you'll stop throwing up because he's been throwing up so much. And he, within 2 days, stopped throwing up. It was just amazing. I just love the miracles.
That's awesome.
Behind it. It's so wonderful.
It's always like the simplest little things sometimes, and people are like, what? And I'm like, no, really, like just add some water to your diet.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, holy crap, yeah, I feel much better.
I know. I love that. I think if we just, work on eating healthy better and sleeping better and just taking care of our bodies better and our minds, really that's, helps us heal better in a lot of ways compared to going to medicines or other things. A lot of times we don't need that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
yeah, just take the control back. You're in control. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Tana.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Thank you so much for joining us for Living Healthy with Amy Turner, and have a fabulous day. Thanks for watching this episode of Living Healthy with Amy Turner. If you enjoyed watching, please be sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified about future episodes. If you would like to learn more, you can comment below and be sure to follow and message me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Thanks a lot for watching and have a fabulous day.